This is the UFC 322 official poster here on the left. And then on the right is what I've done. I'm trying to give you guys something, inspired by that, or show you how you can do something fairly similar to that. It's nothing crazy. It's actually pretty boring, but let's just jump into it, okay? So I'm going to exit this out. And I made this at 1100 by 1588, so we'll go to File, New, and bam, it's already got that for us. Then for the background, I used this image right here from Unsplash. I think I dropped it to like 1600. Maybe I did 1650. I don't know. We'll go with 1650. So here we go. Just leave it like that. And then how I got that color effect, I went to down here, solid color, and then I used this goldish color right here. So you can just play around until you find a color you like, but that's the color I ultimately went with. And I changed it to hard light. The next step that I did, it's going to seem out of order if you look at the layers here, but everything has a purpose. So we'll go ahead and we will open JDM. And he needs to be probably way smaller. So we'll just resize him. No, that was, let's go like this. Nothing's working out. All right, let's try 2500. Bring him here. Still too big, but we can resize. Control T, Command T. I don't know which device you guys are using. I'm on a Mac, so I believe it's Command T. Or Option T. That looks good right there. Move him over, convert him to a smart object. Let's go ahead and grab Islam. Drop him to, let's say 2000. And then we can resize him as well. He probably needs to be, that's cool. It's honestly just about getting these the size that you want them. Nothing has to be perfect. This isn't for a client or anything. It's just, we're just trying to, do something similar to the UFC. So now that they're converted to a smart object, what you're going to want to do is go up here, filter, camera raw filter, and these are the settings I use. So 25 contrast, -20 saturation, 50 texture, 50 clarity. And I use those exact same ones for Islam, so you can just drag that and copy that just like that. So now they both have the exact same effects. We can go behind them and create this little rectangle. That should be good right there. Maybe it needs to be a little smaller. I don't know. I'm going to run with that. All right. So then what I did for this was I duplicated this background here. And I hit Command or Control I and inverted it. Then I made it black and white. And then I duplicated this color right here. And these are all a clipping mask onto this rectangle. And I set the blending mode as darken. So what we can do next is we can bring in Valentina and Weili Zhang. Resize them real quick. And she's going to become a clipping mask into this rectangle. That's pretty close right there. Go ahead and grab Valentina now. clip her. Should be good right there. Now I'm going to convert them to a smart object, and I'm going to make a layer mask on both of them. So we got a layer mask on Valentina. Grab a soft round brush, mess with the flow and opacity however you like. I'm actually going to raise that opacity and just pretty much get rid of the lower half of her body. We can bring some more out like that. Yeah. That looks about right. And the effects I used on them was the same as the main event fighters, so we can just copy one of them and drag that down there. But what I did for them to make it less, I double-clicked the effects right there and turned it down to 50. 51's okay. So we can duplicate this and drag that to Weili and get rid of that. And basically all that's left is the text, but there is this whiteness that is, you know, going through the middle of everything, through the middle of this rectangle. So what I'm going to do is lower this, change this to overlay, and I'm just going to go until it looks how I like it to look. That's pretty good right there. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. Now obviously we have this tab, so I'm just going to bring this tab over here. You should know how to make a tab by now. It's fairly easy. I'm going to move Islam just a little bit. I'm going to put Islam and JDM in a group, and I'm going to clip a new layer to them, and then I'm going to grab a black soft round brush, lower the opacity, and I'm going to paint black on their lower halves. Top half as well. Now we can start messing with the text. Actually, no, I did have some color correction, so we'll bring that above everything else. So create a new folder right down here, and what we did is we went to curves. So you'd go here and you'd go to curves, and this is what I did for the curves. Just kind of move it down here a little bit, move it up here. That looks good. And then for hue and saturation, just -13 on the saturation. Actually, let's do -15. I think that looks better. And then photo filter right here. We have this goldish color, and the opacity is 50%. So there's not a huge difference, but it does freshen it up. So this is before, and that's after. So now we can start messing with the text, which is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's text. So I'll bring that into here, and we can start showing you how that was done. Now that I'm seeing it, I see that maybe we should erase some more of Shevchenko. So I'll go in here on her file, and then I'll do the same for Weili. So let me break down this text. I'll hide Weili's text, and I will show you the Islam text because that is the first text that is here. So we'll just go ahead and break that down real quick. So first things first, the 2 title fights is Accidents Grotesque Pro, and we just bold extended 2 title fights. The kerning is 100, as you can see over here. And then for Della Maddalena, we have the same text, but it's bold condensed, so we just would type Della Maddalena, and then same thing for Islam. Or Makhachev, obviously it says Makhachev. For my poster on this other one, it looks like I have Makhachev fitting in here, so I'm going to do that. Just tweak it up a bit so it fits in that rectangle. And I do like JDM to be so he's not like in that all the way, so he's not touching his own text. There we go, that's better. And then the verses in there is just a black verses, medium condensed, and we have this little rectangle right here, so we can hide that, and then we'll go behind this layer and just create this little rectangle with that gold color right there. Same kind of thing with Valentina Shevchenko and Weili Zhang. So Shevchenko, actually I spelled that, obviously that's spelled wrong. Shevchenko, and she has bold condensed. Zhang, all we got to do is type Zhang, and you can see these are my settings right here. Maybe there's a little different kerning. No, we have the faux bold on, and then we do another verses, toss that gold rectangle underneath there. Then we type for the World Welterweight Championship, we have bold condensed, size 5, but the kerning is 150, and then we just toss this gold rectangle behind it and make it, you know, kind of just fit there, right there, like that. There we go for that. Same thing for the World Flyweight Championship. We're just going to go underneath that and use this goldish rectangle. And if we want, we can go add more white for this. So Shevchenko looks like better in here, this text. There we go. Brighten it up a little bit. And that's it. I mean, it's fairly simple. Pretty close to what I did earlier. It's nothing crazy. The original poster was nothing crazy, but it is what it is. Hopefully this helps you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff, and I'll get you some more videos soon.